Vietnam is an incredible country to explore, with so many beautiful spots, vibrant cities, and friendly people all across the country. That being said, with so many of the best places in Vietnam to visit, it can be pretty tough to whittle it down to a few key spots. Let's check out the 10 best places to visit in Vietnam. Number 10. Phu Quoc. Phu Quoc is a scenic island in the Gulf of Thailand. While it officially forms part of Vietnam, it is actually closer geographically to Cambodia. Today, it's characterized by dense tropical jungle, soft sandy beaches, and undulating hills. But the island has a fascinating history, having served first as a French missionary base and then as a French colonial wartime prison, a gloomy reformatory that you can visit today. History aside, the island is most tempting for its alluring tropical nature. Days in Phu Quoc are spent sunbathing on sandy beaches, scootering around fishing villages, visiting pearl and pepper farms, and, if you're up for it, trekking to waterfalls. Number 9. Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park. Tucked away in the Quang Binh province in Vietnam's Central Coast region, Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park is one of the most picturesque parts of the country. With a steadfast reputation as a filming location for 2017 Kong, Skull Island, and with a nearby international airport, the national park is more popular than ever before. Open to the public in 2010, the appeal of Phong Nha-Ke Bang National Park is the escape from the city. Here, you'll live life in the slow lane as you cycle through Kong jungles at your own pace. Home to 400 million year old karst mountains, there are hundreds of caves and secretive rivers to explore. The Sundung Cave is a must visit. Home to its very own hidden jungle, microclimate, and underground river, it's one of the largest caves on Earth. Number 8. Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh, formerly known as Saigon, is the biggest city in all of Vietnam. It's also the oldest capital of the Republic of Vietnam. When Saigon fell to the north in 1975, it was renamed to Ho Chi Minh City. Yet, its former name is still used today, particularly when describing the beating heart of the city. Ho Chi Minh has a bit of everything: temples, museums, parks, and tourist shopping. Whatever your interest, you'll find something to do here. Head to the top of the Saigon Sky Deck for an astonishing 360-degree view of the city, especially impressive at night when the lights twinkle on below. History buffs should not miss the chance to explore the mysterious network of the Cu Kai Tunnels, the headquarters for many military operations during the Vietnam War. Number 7. Mekong Delta. The Mekong Delta, nicknamed the Rice Bowl of Vietnam, is a lush network of waterways in Vietnam known for its excellent nutrient-rich soils and diverse ecosystems. The banks are a veritable patchwork of fruit, vegetables, rice plantations, and cattle farms that provide sustenance for more than a third of the country. This impressive stretch of river frontage is the most biodiverse in the world if you don't count the Amazon. Taking up much of south of Vietnam, the Mekong Delta is an extraordinary place filled with lily pad waterways, rice paddies, mangroves, and enchanting wildlife. Number 6. Nha Trang. If it's beaching you're after, you've come to the right place. Nha Trang is the most famous seaside resort in Vietnam, with a laid-back atmosphere and exceptional scuba diving. While it's certainly not on the same scale as many of Asia's other beautiful beaches, Nha Trang offers warm water and some picturesque offshore islets. The promenade that encircles the beachfront is always a hive of activity filled with parks and sculptures that make a stroll here interesting. As with most beach resorts, most of the activity gets going when the sun goes down, and Nha Trang is no different. You'll find a host of vibrant bars and restaurants near the beachfront. Number 5. Sapa. Tracing the border with China, Sapa is a captivating remote town in the Hoang Li Sun Mountains of northern Vietnam. Its elevation, 1,500 meters above sea level, is nothing to scoff at when you're trekking the terraced hills and slopes around this high-altitude mountain town. While there's plenty of natural beauty to tempt you to this far-reaching corner of the country, much of Sapa's appeal lies in its raw and authentic culture. Days are spent trekking through rice paddies, rural villages untouched by tourism, and the clouds of Phan Saipan, Vietnam's highest peak. Scenery aside, the highlight is hands down the opportunity to chat with these fascinating people along the way. Local kids will tag along and try to sell you some of their handmade jewelry, or simply try to improve their English by speaking to you. In the town of Sapa itself, there are attractive French colonial sites worth visiting, such as the Gothic Church, the town square, and City Hall. Sapa is a major market town where the various ethnic tribes in the area often gather to sell their handicrafts, which make excellent souvenirs. At the Sapa Cultural Museum, visitors can learn all about the history and cultures of these ethnic groups. Number 4. Hue. Hue, formerly known as the Panduranga of Cham Kingdom, was once the imperial capital of Vietnam. Located in the central region, Hue had a huge role to play in the Vietnam War. Captured by the Viet Cong for a total of 24 days, thousands of people were killed here if they were thought to be sympathizers to the South. Today, the city is split in two by the Perfume River. The old city with its ancient ruined citadel lies to the north, and the modern-day city to the south. The demilitarized zone, which marks the official former border, is one of the most popular day trips from Hue, while the Tin Mu Pagoda is the city's official symbol. Of the city's monuments, the Citadel is the most famous. Once the seat of the Wen Emperor, the Citadel is a sprawling complex of grand palaces, ornate temples, walls, and gates. Prime attractions within the Citadel are the Forbidden Purple City, Tai Wo Palace, and the Gomon Gate. Another important landmark on the river is the city's official symbol, Tin Mu Pagoda. Number 3. Hoi An. Laid back and charismatic, with a charm all of its own, Hoi An is the highlight of any Vietnam itinerary. Located south of Da Nang, within cycling distance of some excellent warm water beaches along the central coast, this atmospheric old town is a feast of color, where bright and cheerful lanterns adorn each and every building. The narrow, winding lanes of the old town are lined with beautiful historic buildings, Chinese temples, and wooden-fronted shops with excellent opportunities for retail therapy. There's plenty to fill your afternoons in Hoi An. Browse the market, wrangle a tempting spa deal, and get a dress or tailored suit handmade for you at one of the town's many illustrious tailors. Don't leave without a visit to the gorgeous Japanese covered bridge and the glazed-roof Chinese merchant houses that date back hundreds of years and house a quarter of the town's population. Number 2. Hanoi. Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, is truly chaotic, but that's all part of its charm. An interesting mix of French and Sino-Vietnamese influences. It's one of the most rapidly growing cities in Southeast Asia. Those visiting this energetic capital should be prepared. It's a hive of activity at the best of times, utter chaos at the worst. A city where crossing the road could be taking your life into your own hands, with cars, motorbikes, and tuk-tuks vying for right-of-way in the city without road rules. One of the best places to experience the madness of Hanoi is the Legends Corner. The well-located Legend Beer restaurant is the ideal spot to sit with a drink and watch the rush hour insanity just before sunset. You'll see pedestrians, dogs, cars, tuk-tuks, and scooters all intertwined in traffic, yet somehow there are very few accidents. For a change of pace, go for a stroll around the freshwater Hoan Kim Lake in the Old Quarter, or soak up more Vietnamese history with a visit to the Thang Long Imperial Citadel. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, the final resting place of the revolutionary leader and Vietnamese president, is a must-see. Number 1. Ha Long Bay. Located about 130 kilometers, that's 80 miles east of Hanoi, in northern Vietnam, Ha Long Bay is celebrated for its gorgeous emerald hue waters, thousands of spectacular limestone carts, astonishing waterside caves, and beautiful tree-topped islands. It's a popular location for adventure. Scuba diving, kayaking, hiking, and rock climbing can all be enjoyed in and around Cat Ba National Park. For those who wish to simply relax and enjoy the views, there are numerous Ha Long Bay cruises to choose from basic to top-level luxury. The thousands of islands scattered about the bay are a real mixture, ranging from isolated land masses home to free-roaming monkeys and antelope to bigger inhabited islands with some fantastic beaches. Boat cruises are the best way to experience the natural wonder of Ha Long Bay, with hundreds of boats ranging from traditional Chinese junks to luxury cruisers. Boat tours can vary from day trips to multiple night journeys. These tours often provide meals, nightlife activities, and excursion stops where islands, caves, and lagoons can be explored. Most boat cruises are arranged either from Hanoi or from ports such as Haiphong, Ha Long City, and Kairong. As with most holidays on the water, Ha Long Bay is easily affected by the weather. Plan your trip between March and June to get the most out of your visit. June to September is the off-season, so you can usually get some great deals. Just be sure to keep an eye on the weather forecast, as monsoons can really put a damper on your trip. So, when are you planning to visit Vietnam? Please subscribe to Travel the World. Thanks for watching.